Okay, guys, so welcome to another Sunday night Scrap Chat Live with Scrap and Irish and whoever else comes up on the panel to discuss anything e-waste related, scrap related, and we'll see what else ends up being part of the conversation. We try and keep religion and politics out of it because no one can agree on all them things. So we can all agree on scrap and e-waste, can't we? So first off, first person in was American's favorite hoarder. So he's in the pub waiting for Ian. Then was Scrap and Savage, who says he was popping in to say good day, but early as he won't be able to listen as he had to go into work early, and wishing us all a great Christmas. So again, anyone that celebrates Christmas, I hope you're all looking forward to it, and I hope it's a really good one for you. Ron, thanks for being in. Let me see. Then next person in was Andy. Thanks for being in, Andy, as always. Leanne, thanks for being in. Good to see you. And Scrap It All, thanks for being in. Truck Fan, great to see you as well. Let me see you then. Paul Frost, welcome in. Good to see you as always, Paul. Appreciate it. Angry Blacksmith, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in as well. Anyone got any bloopers? Truck Fan, the question of the week. Any bloopers for Truck Fan? Let me see. Andy saying we've got a new mic there. Irish, sounds like you're in a cave. Oh, let me have a look at that. Settings, and let me go to the mic settings, audio settings, and let me readjust the mic. Now, does that make any difference, guys? Please let me know if that's any better. I just readjust to the mic. Ralph Morrick, welcome in. Hold on. Someone in the basement. Shark Scrapper, welcome up. What's my mic like now, Shark? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, so hopefully I've solved that problem with the mic. Ralph Morrick, thanks for being in. Electronic Scrapper, see you scrapping. David, welcome in. Steve SRT8, welcome in. E-Waste Jill, hey, Scrappy Doo, good to see you. Jose, welcome in, great to see you. He didn't get the notice to switch over from the Shark. What he was saying, he didn't get the notice to switch over from Shark, but I don't know. Shark had it set up anyhow, so I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Did people get the redirect over from Shark's live? Let me see.
So the other piece, there's actually two pieces to that. One, I put on the redirect, but all of you out there, you have to have autoplay enabled on your channel. So if you don't have autoplay enabled, it won't complete the redirect.
There we go. So that might explain that. Let me see. Richard, welcome in. I'm just living off scraps. Great to see you, sir. I've seen him over there on your live. Truck Fan again, Steve. Sounds normal to him. The sound is. Paul Frost, I'm just going down through in case I missed anyone. Sounds good. Shark Scrapper saying hello to everyone. I'm way up in the chat at the moment. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anyone coming in. Richard. Now I'm all caught up. So welcome in, guys. Great to see everyone here. What has everyone been working on scrap related wise? Shark had his video with his lovely clean PCs that he picked up to do.
Oh man, what a mess.
Them lovely PCs, nice and clean, standard enough for your quality of stuff, Shark. And I'm going to reset it for next week. Okay, so that's what was wrong with Jose. He's going to reset it and see what happens next week.
Yeah. Cool.
Leanne was working on cans, just cans. She's saying. Andy was just talking latest video. Shame they underpay you there. Yes, Scrap It All. You have to watch the payments out there. People aren't as generous. But this time of year, I've already said this before. This time of year, bringing stuff to scrap yards, they know that a lot of people are bringing stuff in because they want to get rid of their stuff for the end of the year and they want a bit of extra money for Christmas. So they know they can drop things down a couple of cents or here and there, and people are still going to leave. Hey, Patrick, people are still going to cash in the stuff. They're not going to drive off of it because they want to get rid of it. Hill 13, thanks for being in. That's a new name on me, so appreciate you dropping in. Now there could be a few people because I've done a TikTok live again today where I was going through electronic boards and talking about the stuff on the boards. JCT, welcome in. and where the gold is on board. So I told a few people if they wanted, they were asking questions. If you have any more questions, come in, because there's other scrappers from America who have information, because they're on about how much a pound would MLCCs be, or tantalums. And I said, well, here in Ireland, no one buys them. So it's only collect them up yourself if you're going to be recycling them or doing something. But in America, I think Boardsort and places like that will buy your tantalums and your MLCCs and your IC chips by the pound. So I told them come in and we might be able to get them some answers on that. Andy said, well, steel prices, Andy, I wouldn't be too worried about. Just get rid of steel. It's the copper and stuff like that. I wouldn't cash in copper in December unless you have to. Unless you want to get rid of it and you need the extra cash. Hey, Kevin, welcome in. That's another new name for me as well. So, Kevin, thanks for being in. Great to see you. Electronic Scrapper. I don't know, did I say hi to him? I said hi to JCT, I think. But yeah, so there's all different prices for IC chips and stuff like that from the people. It depends where you are in the world, as I was telling people on the live earlier. If you're in America, sometimes selling your boards complete will be the easiest way. Sell them to Boardsort or someone like Boardsort. You know, again, some people like to cherry pick stuff off them. So again, I think don't Boardsort buy the gold corner BGAs by the pound in weight as well, don't they?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So some people want to cherry pick it. You know.
Let's see what are they paying for those right now? I got to remember where they list that one. IC chips are going for $9 a pound.
Okay.
And darn it, I was just looking at that the other day too. Here we are. The gold cornered BGAs are going, they call it flat pack gold tab. They're going $15 a pound.
Okay, so that's nice money.
Yeah.
So $15 a pound. Can't complain about that. You know, so it's nice money there for people. Leanne is asking, when should she cash in the copper? Again, I'd look for prices start increasing. Usually February, March time, you'd see prices usually increase a bit, but it all depends what's going to happen in the economies around the world in the year again. If China starts to increase production and they need more copper, prices will go up. If there's a trade wars between countries, which is their talk of could be happening between tariffs, and this is not politics, this is just on about tariffs. It's not saying whether I agree with them, disagree with them, or whatever, but I'm just saying if tariffs come in and they could cause a downturn in markets, and then copper prices could be negatively impacted from tariffs. That's the way I see it. So it all depends what's happening next year on it, what trade deals are signed, what sort of tariffs are put in place, if tariffs are put in place or if there's no tariffs put in place. So it's all like Patrick Williams is saying, he thinks around March. The problem with Boardsort is the time, the freight, some things. I honestly have trouble grading. I prefer to recover the gold. Yeah, again, it's not for everyone selling the boards complete, but someone who just doesn't have the time to depopulate boards and go after the gold and don't want to be messing with the chemicals and stuff. Boardsort or their like is a great option. I'm not endorsing Boardsort. I'm not saying everyone has to send their stuff to Boardsort, but from people that have dealt with them, most people seem to be fairly happy with Boardsort on their side. So that's what I'm going on. Jeanette, thanks for being in. Really appreciate it. What's Ron is asking at the moment for anyone in the UK, what's the price of Bear Bright copper? If anyone could help him out there at the moment in the UK, what's Bear Bright copper going for? Patrick was saying March, he thinks. Yeah, so any news on your side, Shark Scrapper? Anything you want to tell us about? What have you been up to this week besides washing out PCs?
Yeah, that was the big one. I'll actually have a video out Monday with a lot more information, showing the showing more of those servers and PCs and washing and stuff like that. So that was the main effort this week was, getting those picked up and figuring out what we're going to do there. And it was funny because the owner of the yard there, he was about ready to just say, "Oh, the hell with it! I'm going to throw them in shred. I'm just going to bundle them up and get rid of them with the shred." And I said, "No, come on, we got a deal going here. I should be able to wash them out and figure it out." So, but he was really cool. He's like, "Okay, but I said I'm going to wash them out and then pay you." And he's like, "Yeah, no worries, man. This whatever." So He and I have a really, really good working relationship going. His guys, they normally it would just get loaded in with a pallet load, forklift in. I would take it back to the shark cage and weigh it. This time it's going to take a little longer because I actually have to clean them first.
Yeah, get rid of the muck out of them.
Yeah.
So Patrick is saying Bear Bright in Ireland is going for €650. So convert that over to pounds to see rough prices for England. But England is always a little bit higher. I see people get better prices in the UK than we do here in Ireland. I don't know if I say anything to Free King Awesome. I don't know. Did I say hi to him when he came in? If I didn't, I apologize. I tried gold recovery with chemicals. It's too messy, and then the trial's still messy. So board sort makes it worth the trouble and good. Yeah. So again, I say board sort is a handy way for people who still want to make a bit of money. Picking up e-waste, but don't want to go messing with the chemicals and depopulating boards and going through all that stuff. As I say, I do it as a hobby. If I was in America and I was doing it as a living, more than likely I would be maybe cherry picking certain things off, but most of my boards I'd be selling to companies, I
want to check. So Board Sort is also still buying tantalums.
Okay, and what are they paying for them at the moment?
$9 a pound.
Okay, so there's another way.
Yep, those are the black or the yellow, but it's got to be the ones that look like little tiny boxes, not the epoxy dip ones.
You can't really see the one I have in my hand. You can just about see that tantalum, the orange.
Yes.
One.
Yeah.
So they're the ones you're on about. So them tantalums off the boards. So the black ones are the yellowy orangey color ones.
Yeah. And as they don't weigh much, but I suppose that could add up over time.
Yeah, but if you're collecting off boards all the time and you're pulling them off boards after if you were doing it for a full year, imagine if you put every tantalum off all your boards that you have at the moment every year for the whole year, you'd have a good few pounds of tantalums at the end of the year. But if you start pulling them off your board, you're going to be saying, well, how many hours have I done? Because you're doing it as a living, you have to work out all that sort of stuff and see if it's worth your while. Richard, a company near what's this? He said a company near Miami who buys tantalums 14 quid a pound. Haven't sent them. Yeah, I know what me and Shark are going to say the same thing here. I tried contacting that company a couple of times, and I think Shark tried contacting that company a couple of times and got nowhere with them. So I don't know what their story is. So be careful there, Richard. I'm not saying they're a dodge company or anything, but when I used to interview people before, when I used to do a bit of an interview thing on my lives, I had people up, and this guy, I want to come up and I want to talk about tantalums and for people to send them in to me. And then when it came to the time to do it, he never showed up. And I sent numerous emails afterwards and never replied back to any of them. And I think Shark made contact as well with them, but got nowhere. But I'll let Shark tell his bit. What he had to say?
Yeah, same thing here. I was living in Florida, and I was trying to just go down and visit them. I was going to bring a load down there, and sell a load to them. I wanted to see if I could do some recording, get them a little publicity, that kind of stuff. And I mean, crickets. Yeah. They didn't even bother to write back and say no. It was just nothing. Yeah. So I'd be really careful there.
Yeah, no, it's up to you. If you find out, Richard, and it all works out well for you, let us know so we can let people know. Daniel is saying hi to everyone there. I got what's he saying here? He got 345 for number 2 copper yesterday. Don't understand why it's so low. Everywhere else, again, scrapyards, where the scrapyards are in the world. If they're near ports, usually you get a bit better price if they're near the ports areas than if they're way inland and there's a lot of having to ship stuff to the ports to export. They kind of factor that into their costs, so that can be a thing.
Board Sort is offering $3.15 a pound for number 2 copper.
Yeah, because they're also like a scrapyard more or less. Board Sort of they do buy copper. Yeah. So not just electronic boards, they'll buy copper and stuff like that as well.
They are a full up scrapyard. They deal with it all, but they're heavy into the electronic stuff, whereas most scrapyards are kind of do it. But Board Sort is definitely a full up scrapyard that just happens to be really good at electronic too.
HH was like saying, I'm watching while on a family call to figure out our schedule for trips home for stupid Christmas. I want to turn up the volume, but apparently that's rude. HH, thanks for being.
I can just see how this is going to play out for him. There's going to be like, okay, so everyone's going to come down to Texas, right? And we're going to meet on this day at this time, right? And he's like, yeah. And then, tomorrow or in another couple of days, he's going to be like, what? I said we were going where?
Yeah. Mike Meltdown, welcome in. Good to see you. Hill 13 is asking, asking Shark, are you on Gold Refiners Forum? That's what GRF is.
No, is that on Discord or what, or which?
Not sure. I think it's just a forum pay. If you look it up, Gold Refiners Forum, I think it's a thing that's there. You can just join. Because a lot of people that are on that the Facebook thing would have been Facebook, that precious metal Facebook thing would have been a lot of people that would have been on that Gold Refiners Forum back in the day. Let me see who else is there. I see Scorpion Metals, thanks for coming in. Everyday Solars, thanks for coming in. They dispatched my calendar on Friday. I got an email to say my calendar has been sent, Everyday Solars, so we'll have to wait and see when it arrives. Just going down to see anyone else. Gil Skills, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on the chat because I was answering a few questions, so I'm just trying to catch up again on chat. Scrapping Together, welcome in. Good to see you. Steve is saying, turn it up, HH Recycling. And anyone else, be right back. A lot of trucks held up with the storm. Yeah, a lot of trucks were held up in Holyhead in England, so a lot of people's Christmas presents haven't arrived yet, and a lot of people's stuff heading from England is stuck in Ireland as well at the moment because of the storm. It has shut down one of the ports in Holyhead. Switched yards, when I found out one that buys circuit boards, I threw them in the trash for years. Yeah, that's what a lot of people used to do, Richard. The amount of circuit boards people throw away and now realize the value of them, and there's tons and millions of tons of circuit boards buried in trash piles all over the world.
Yeah.
Leanne is saying hi to thing, going to wait the rest of her month. I should probably check that from just wait. Hey, Ian Matthews, good to see you, sir. Ian Matthews is there in the chat. Good to see you. Anyone else? I'm just trying to catch up on that there.
I see that HH already got in trouble for not paying attention.
Not paying attention, yeah.
Oh man!
I sell my circuit boards cheap, very cheap. Ian Matthews says. It's my landfill mining. Yeah, the landfill mining will be big business in a decade. Yeah, but the only problem is with landfill mining is going to be the release of the harmful gases. If they start digging up landfill sites, it's going to release a lot of, because landfill sites, once they're covered over, to hold in all the gases, and then they have a burn off stack coming out to burn off the gas as it's coming out, or it's piped somewhere else to generate electricity or heating or something like that. So if they start digging them up and releasing all that gas in one big go, it'll be an issue. So I don't know how that's going to go, Mike. I'm not sure how they're going to go on that one. Miss Solar's my calendar is on the way. So if anyone doesn't know what we're on about this calendar, Everyday Solar's done a calendar for charities. Unfortunately, she lost a nephew and a sister to cancer in the past years, and she decided to do a charity calendar to raise some money for them. And it's scrappers sent in pictures, and the scrappers on certain months, and there might be more than one scrapper on a month. And them calendars are available to buy. So if anyone wants to put the link in there for anyone that wants to go and order one of them calendars, it's for a good cause. The money goes to good causes, and it's something that would greatly be appreciated by everyone. Yeah, the leaching getting into the water table also from the landfill. Yeah, that would be another issue, releasing all that stuff into the thing. I'm sure they'll figure it out, Mike. If there's money in it, they'll figure it out. Yeah, it's a great cause, Richard. So definitely something worth going. Hold on now. We have someone else here. Hey. Hold on 1 second. I want to do something here. Bad news, Badger. In case one was interested in full metal recovery from e-waste, is there a place YouTube or elsewhere going through how to deal with the step-by-step of metal? Well, it depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get everything off the e-waste, there's the only place. You're going to have to be fairly big to get everything off the e-waste. If you're looking for gold recovery, I do gold recovery videos, and there's loads of other people out there who do gold recoveries. If you're just looking for how to make money from copper and stuff like that, Ian Matthews, who's just popped up there, is another YouTuber who does a lot of that, showing you how to make some extra money. So there's good resources out there on YouTube, but be careful on what you see and what you believe. A lot of the YouTubers from India and that side of the world make it look very easy for getting gold and make it look like there's a lot more gold in the e-waste than there is. Ian Matthews, welcome.
Well, thank you very much for that introduction. Oh,
what? Let me make it bigger. Oh, there's a calendar in the background.
yes.
You're not allowed to show any pages, only the front covering. If anyone wants to see, oh yeah, and that tells all about the charities.
Hang on, Ultimate Recycler showed his picture.
Yeah. Well, you might. I don't know. Everyday Solars is in the chat. Everyday Solars is Ian Matthews allowed to show his picture.
And seeing that I'm in spring, gardening picture, of course. You know what I mean?
Oh God, help us!
Hey, James P, welcome in. Who bought the calendar? HH is like, wants to know who bought the calendar for you?
Me, and I had a little tear in my eye. I weren't bothered about paying for the calendar. I weren't bothered about paying for the calendar being printed. Oh, but they stung me for postage. Absolutely fucking stung.
That's your bane of existence is postage, isn't it?
Seller says not to show it, so
yeah.
I'll just kind of take my top off and give you.
No, that's fine too. You don't need to. You don't need to.
We can imagine. We can use our imagination. Ian.
All right, use your imagination.
Yeah.
Hey, Irish. I had to take a quick phone call there. Okay. Somebody who we normally would have up on the panel has injured themselves, and he will not be up with us.
Let me guess. E-waste Mike. What has he done to himself? That knee looks like it's about to fall off.
How'd you get a knee so low as that?
Yeah, how'd you get a knee? That's like a hanging knee.
Yeah, so he said he slipped in the mud. So he is.
Mike,
That looks like a dislocated kneecap.
I don't know, man, but he's
Not that I'm
down hard. He's got ice on it, and so he's scrapper down.
Yeah, that's correct, Richard. Some of the people on YouTube make, as I say, some of them Indian websites. They start off with 20 mobile phones, and then they get like an ounce of gold from them at the end. And you hear like it's impossible to get an ounce of gold from 20 mobile phones, and people still believe what they see on them videos. And next minute they're thinking they get 20 phones and they get a bit of acid and they're going to have a couple of ounces of gold. It's ridiculous what some people put up on their channels and get away with it.
The bit of acid, the future, hydrochloric, drain cleaning stuff and a bit of bleach. It's the answer.
It's the answer. It's the answer. Don't drink it, but it's the answer. I haven't been impressed with some of the company's postage charges. Yeah, the how much was my how much did they charge me? Let me see. I'll tell you now. Hold on a second. The Post to Ireland, that calendar, they charged. Let me see. They sent it on Friday. I got an email from Lulu.com, and how much was the postage? It's coming by Royal Mail. So it's coming by. So it left on Friday, and let me see what they charged me. Lulu. Where's Lulu? Lulu.com. Your order. Here we go. I have to log in to see what they charged me. It's terrible. No, they won't show me. They won't let me log in.
Solace. Hey. She says, my postage wasn't so much. I don't know why Ian's was so high. I never said what it was. I just said it was a lot. Yeah,
well, Ian thinks anything over 20p is
I've upped it now to like 10 shilling.
Okay, so in total for the calendar and the postage, they charged me 35 euro.
I'll say it for you.
35 euro is what I got charged, including postage. So I don't know how much the calendars were retailing at, and then take that away and you'll see the postage.
No, it weren't that bad. I'm only having you on. It's well worth it.
Yeah, it's a very good cause. But I prefer if all that money had gone to charity rather than the postage being, if they put down their postage a bit better or whatever, whoever they're doing, and said, it's for a good charity, let's not charge as much for the postage or something, but these are companies, they have to make a living the same as everyone else. Hey, Scrap in Scotland, welcome in, good to see you. By the way, scholars, stick the link in for the calendar. Some other people might want to buy it. We're not trying to put you off, guys. It's for a good cause. Buy the calendar.
Anyway, apologies, Ernest. I never said hello. Hello, Shark.
Hello.
Oh, and it's Mike's meltdown again. Hello, Mike.
Mike, welcome in again. Good to see you.
Good to be here. How's everybody doing?
If I come down a bit like that, we've got to start with each other, haven't we, really?
Well, you see, Mike is all relaxed. He's just like sitting back. He's relaxed. He's all, laying back in the chair. He's just enjoying life.
I'm relaxed because scrapping is finished now. Not for good. I mean, don't let me get that right. Not for good, but I mean for Christmas. I'm not weighing in before Christmas. It's pointless.
Yeah, because you don't get the good money.
No, it's like, hey, let the good times roll for the next couple of weeks. So it's crack one of them open.
I'm on the Coca-Cola. So I was out last night. Actually, I went out for beers last night to the local with a few friends of mine for the Christmas. We catch up, and I thought I'd be dying this morning. I thought, I'm dreading the morning, but I actually was not too bad. I sent Marty some stickers. It was like $4.50 if I included a phone cozy. It was $28. Yeah, the postage has gone very expensive for anything anywhere around the world. Seems to be gone really high to post anything.
Not unless you're in America, then it's only a universal stamp to send anywhere in the universe. That's it.
Hey, ask
That's-
Jack Scrapper what it's like to send him an IMS from America to Ireland. Ask him about that.
Well, I don't know why it's so difficult, because I sent you two guys some proof the other day. So it's got to be easier, to go from here to here on a flat plane. I
see. I seen that.
Jesus, Lord.
Yeah, I seen that that you sent to me, and I just shook my head when I looked down at it.
This was scientists saying it's not such a daft idea.
Yeah. Mm.
How did I manage that?
What did you do now, Mike? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know if the camera will pick this up here.
Not with your green screen on.
Let me turn off my background.
Yeah, because they turn off the background there for a minute.
I wish I could turn my background off.
Hey, William, welcome in. Good to see you. Bruce Napier, welcome in.
Hello,
Guys,
Bruce.
don't forget to hit the like if you don't mind.
Oh, just a second. Always on.
I don't know if you can see this very well, but
It's a camera.
somehow I have broken the lens off the center camera on my phone.
Oh, I can see
Oh,
a few
no.
chips. Yeah.
The glass that's here is shattered over that lens.
Bummer.
You'll have
I've
to.
had this phone for like 5 years.
Maybe it's a sign.
It
Maybe it's a sign to go and get a new one.
may be, but I hate doing it because this one had everything I needed.
Well, it's not now.
I'll have to see if I can have it repaired.
Unless, of course, you don't use your center lens that often.
Well, it's the main lens.
Oh, well, maybe you need.
Yeah, and I only noticed it just now because I was literally trying to take a picture of a piece of paperwork so that I could have it when I go to Walmart later to buy some stuff.
And do you use
it's
that?
worried.
I was going to say, do you use that phone for videoing your videos for YouTube?
Typically not. I have
Okay.
a couple GoPros for that.
Oh, that's okay. So that's at least it won't affect that,
Yeah.
Whoa! I need a camera for Christmas. Just get it in there. You know what I mean?
Yes, I was thinking of covering everything, not so much for actual doing it myself or what to get out of it. I am more interested in the process, to be honest. Yeah, well, that's what I like doing. It's the process of the gold recovery I like. And because I'm a hobbyist, I don't take into account really the time or the asset and stuff like that, because it's not a full-time living I'm making out of it. Any gold I get, I'm not looking to sell it straight away. It's going to be kept, and maybe in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, it might be, if it's there, if I need to sell it.
I don't know if I'll be here in 10 to 20 years, but yeah, for me, it's a hobby. I don't care if I make any money out of it. It's just me learning things.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm in it for, and trying to keep stuff out of landfill.
Watchcall Scrap in Scotland is saying he has 200 phones to do, but he can't really get them. And Ian Matthews has been up by the aliens. That's what you get to Ian for saying, trying to pro flat Earth theories in front of us. You know?
Yeah, I think
Tricks is eating Ian.
Ian, I'd consider sending this to you, but it's postage and everything, So.
That's the same model I've got. Right, I'm just gonna bang my camera. I may disappear.
God.
Yep, there we go.
Watchcall was saying there, Polar Nights, I can't see the pot of gold, Ian. Don't all we people have a pot of gold? Yeah, mobile phones are a bit of a torture to take apart. The older Nokia ones are
The old
straightforward.
smack against the head does the trick. You know what I mean?
Like the old TVs back in the day. Do you remember the old TV? You get up and give it a whack at the side when it was going
This
funny.
is a little bit un-PC, so forgive me. Works with women. Put your foot down with a firm hand. You always, it works.
Yeah, I'm sure that works for you.
Listen, she's only that big, but I'm telling you, I'm scared shitless. I'm telling you. She said,
Polar Knight said, good evening from North Norway. Well, tell us what the temperature's like in North Norway tonight. Is it cold up there?
well,
Yeah, Andy's correct. And Andy's correct there. Shut up, Ian. Mrs. Matthews won't stand for that. Well, I know who the real boss is in that house. I've been to visit Ian Matthews, and I know who the real boss is. Don't worry about that, guys. You know?
I wear the pants in my house. She tells me which one I'm putting on, like, but you know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not too bad. 22 negative.
You know, I was back at corner. We chat, and he sent me a picture. He was in Sioux Falls or something. They were like -25, and then underneath it said feels like -31, and I'm thinking, how do you really tell the difference between -25 and -31? How much colder do you feel? Like, does it really matter when you're -25 how cold it is?
Yeah, but when they say, temperature, as you said there, -10 feels like -15. If it feels like -15, it's bloody -15. Let me see. What someone was saying something there about something there. Where was it here? Cell phones. Yeah, cell phones. Would a hammer mill work better without affecting the mirror? No, because again, if you hammer mill everything together, you're going to have some of the gold flashing on the boards, hammer milled with the chips, with the plastic bits on the boards, stuff like that. It's a lot of hard work. It's going to waste a lot of acid trying to get the gold back out of it. You're better stripping them down and doing each part individually. That's what I think, anyhow.
Or you could just sell them to Board Sort.
Oh, you could just sell. Well, you see, Scotland, so he won't be able to.
Even better.
Oh, that's true.
You can save them and then give them to Irish.
Let's see. Cell phones.
Last winter, the diesel in the truck turned to jello, and the heater was on. Oh my God. Urban Prospector was saying there. What did Urban Prospector say? Ian, at -13, your parts freeze. Or -31, your parts freeze.
Older cell phones with a keypad and no battery are $625. A modern smartphone with no battery is $325 a pound. And if you have a battery still on the cell phone, it's $2 a pound.
Yeah, but as Saunders was saying there, if you are storing phones in your house, be careful, because as she said there, she had phones in the drawer. She went to the drawer. One of the batteries had swollen up so much that it had popped off the back of the phone. So batteries do swell up when they're stored away, and just be careful, because you don't want them to explode or leak into other stuff in their press.
And I will also say, keep an eye on your GoPro batteries. Those get hot in your phone or in the camera a lot, and they will swell up, and it can actually be hard to remove them at times.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, you know, I mean, I myself have a couple of swollen ones.
Shark just puts his head down and goes.
He did. But we're talking about batteries. I've been tidying up because I have observed Sullers' concerns, and I've taken things apart. Samsung battery, swollen, you know, and I've literally just thrown them outside at the side of the garage. Well, this weekend, I've been getting ready for winter. I've tidied up, and I've come across this handful of batteries I've just thrown there. I'm like, what do I do with them? I don't want to throw them in the bin. I can't throw them in my scrap because they have a warning. You know, any lithium battery found in your scrap, you will get a fine. So I thought, well, I'll take a work and throw them in the work skip. Easy peasy. But that means, do I put them in my car overnight?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I've
come
not.
out in the morning, car burnt down.
So I've not. So at the moment, the next to the gate post, and hopefully some travelling person will come back and think, oh, I'll have them, and they'll be gone. And if not,
Don't throw them in your bin. That's what Solar said.
right.
I actually mentioned this last week. If you've got a large hardware retailer near you, because a lot of the power tools these days are lithium-ion powered power tools, they often have a recycling bin in their store that you can drop any lithium-ion batteries in.
Yeah. And do you ever see some of them storage things that they have for them batteries? They're like a steel box, so that if they do go on fire, it's a steel box they're in. So it's so that's a bit of advice. If you're storing batteries yourself, store them outside and maybe in a steel container of sorts, so that if anything did happen, at least it's not going. Even if it's just in a steel bucket, even in a galvanized bucket, it will mean that it's not going to set fire to something else. That's as simple as that.
Yeah,
Who did I see? Someone came in there, or someone said something.
Richard's got the right idea. Solars, don't put them in your bin. Yeah, put them in somebody else's bin. Well, I'll tell you what, there's kind of like a logic there.
Well, do you ever see the bin trucks when they're on fire now? It's a the bin trucks. You might see a bin truck parked up and smoke coming out the back of it, and the thing that's usually from batteries that someone has thrown into their bins. And when the truck crushes everything down, the batteries explode and they set fire to stuff in the bin truck. So that's usually what causes that. So Georgia Dog Scrapper, welcome in, by the way.
Solars has put down there, I wouldn't open up a lithium battery if you paid me. It's worth it for the experience, but when you see that green, blue, evil flame, you tend to think you've kind of done the wrong thing.
You begin your heart beats a bit quicker, and your little pucker goes.
Well, put it this way: I've only cut one open. I've never tried it again. That's me.
So
I'm kind of like
back,
anyway, so it's like I don't care.
Back when I was working in the world of underwater robotics, we did a bunch of testing with the U.S. Navy on lithium batteries because they wanted to understand what the risks really were. And so the Navy bought a whole bunch of the batteries and the charging systems that we were using in our robots. And then they did a series of tests where they would purposely break the safety systems that we had put in there to cause the batteries to self-combust. And then they would measure how much energy and gases and all this kind of stuff that were coming out. It was pretty amazing to watch these things catch fire. And of course, they were doing it in controlled environments, and they had these very high-speed cameras, so you could actually start to see the flames come out, and they were able to map out, the cells that were overheating and how the fire progressed. Bottom line, don't mess around with lithium batteries. You'll lose.
Well, see what's all there. She goes, remember, I have a lithium scar on my arm from an exploding button cell in my kitchen. I wasn't even lithium scrapping, just doing my recycling. So there you go. Yeah. They can be quite dangerous. So unless you know what you're doing, think. Now, I do, like we'd say this Samsung battery, for instance, there now, I do take off the gold contacts on them.
Oh,
of course.
See, I don't even do that. I don't even do that.
No, it's very easy to take them off. And as long as you don't short out here at the top, you're grand. And just put a little bit of tape over the top, and then it'll stop them from shorting out. Electrical tape, and then put them for the recycling. I put them into the battery recycling, just like Mike was saying there at some of these centres that recycle them.
Oh, I've got to agree with James P. Little children are very dangerous.
Everything is very dangerous, and I have a hole in my kitchen floor. So there you go, Sodders.
Yeah, it's apparently the more charged they are, the more explosive they are. So if you cut one open that's not very charged, it's not very puckering.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Well, and
it would be dead as a doornail at this stage. It's whatever length of time out.
You will still get a nice evil green bluey flame coming out when you cut Stanley knife.
Hold on, let me get a Stanley knife and try.
The lithium reacting with the atmosphere, you know. I mean, of course, we're in England. It's damp all the time. You know what I mean?
Polar Knight said, "Be right back. My wife is yelling."
Well,
it's disturbing to see what dental companies do with all the X-ray machines straight into the garbage. I've taken apart hundreds of machines and I still have hair on my head. Well, I haven't taken any of the machines apart and I have no hair on my head. So you're doing well. Never mind, it was the dog barking.
Andy says, Paul and I do like it though.
You know, it's interesting, that comment about the dental companies, because I got a whole bunch of lead shielding from a dental X-ray, a medical X-ray place. They had ripped down the walls, and so all the lead shielding came out. I didn't know that until after I had sold it. You know, I was thinking to myself, I wish I'd known that before I one, handled, and two, sold that stuff. And I didn't sell it to a scrapyard that would have had a radiometer in place. So yeah, I'm hoping the person that bought it from me, and you know who you are, and you might be watching, I hope you're okay.
If you turn off your lights at night and you start to glow in the dark, maybe you should seek medical assistance.
Become your own nightlight.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, if you are your own nightlight, you're in trouble.
So we had that about 3 weeks ago. I may have mentioned it on the last stream. So there's a hoarder. He's died, and the house clearance team have gone in, and they've seen a load of stuff. They thought, "Oh, we can weigh this in." So they take it into the scrapyard. They said, "We don't know what it is, but we found this." And they XRF'd it or whatever, and it's all radioactive. So the next thing you know, the police down, the hazmat team, the house is quarantined and everything. Whether it was just he was collecting old fire alarm, smoke detectors, I don't know. But apparently what he had was radioactive.
Yeah. See, that's again, if you don't know where stuff is coming from, as Shark was saying there, it could be coming out of somewhere where it could be radioactive material you're dealing with. So if you don't know, it's not going to harm you. Isn't that the way we would look at it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that's the way I look at it. You know,
yeah.
There is one in. If you can Google it, I think it was in Mexico. There were a couple of thieves. They broke into this place and robbed some stuff, and it was seriously radioactive stuff. And his ear were falling out, and he was ill, and they wanted to know where he got it from, but of course he didn't want to say. He received it, from this building he broke into. But you can Google that,
Yeah, no. I think I remember reading up on that, and I think they had to do a deal with him in the end, that he wasn't going to be charged as long as he told them where the stuff came from, because they needed to see where it was came from, and was there any more danger to people in that area. So I think there was some sort of, I think I remember that.
Man, too much of anything kills you, too much water kills you.
Just imagine all the scrapping we could do at Chernobyl.
I think we should clear that for two reasons. One, it's a radioactive zone. Two, it's a war zone. I think we'll stay well clear of that one.
Yeah. So, Shed Shop, that is not from radiation. Radars on aircraft don't have radiation in the sense of, uranium kind of radiation, but the frequency of the energy coming out of those radars can be very damaging to human bodies. And so you have to be very, very careful around high energy radars so that you don't hurt people. We had this problem all the time in the military, and we would have various things that we would have to do to make sure that people don't get hurt by the energy coming out of radars.
Oh,
That's an interesting point there, the Polar Knights. But do all scrapyards have a Geiger counter when they're taking? Do they check lead to see if it is radioactive when they're bringing it into the scrapyards?
Some do, some don't around here. Okay. The bigger ones, the more sophisticated ones, they'll actually have the Geiger counters built into, or radiation detector warning devices built into the scale. So when you go through, you always see these arms on either side of the scale. There might be a camera up there to get your license plate number, and many times they'll have the Geiger counter or sensor built right into that, so that when you pull up on the scale, they'll know right away if they need to refuse the load and send you packing.
I'm going to comment on Scrapping Scotland's comment in a minute, but I want to answer this question here first. This guy wants to know what software editing do we use? Well, I use VideoPad. Is the software I use for my videos. It's VideoPad. Shark Scrapper, what one do you use?
I use a package called Camtasia. It's by a company called TechSmith, and so they have a couple of different packages that you can get. The editing software is Camtasia. They have a software that lets you screen capture called Snagit, and they have a bunch of other elements that you can get to go along with it. I really like it. It's very intuitive.
Okay, Mike, what do you use for your videos? What software?
I use two products. One of them is OBS Studios. If I want to do like a face-to-face, in front of the camera, I can do a lot of editing and stuff on that. And then for the primary video processor that I have, editor that I have, it's DaVinci Studio, which is there's a free version and a paid version. The free version is actually very, very capable. The paid version gives you a few extra items, but it's a lifetime license to use it. So if you pay for it, it's a one-time pay, and you get all the updates from then on.
Yeah.
And it's probably also a lifetime to learn.
Probably. I still haven't figured out everything out.
Ian, what one do you use?
I use iMovie on iPhone. It's just, this is why sometimes you see me do things 3 times in the same video.
It's sometimes how you see Ian's into the video first and the start of his video at the end. That's the reason as well.
But it's free.
It's free. I love this comment from Scrapping Scotland. Scrapping in Chernobyl has its advantages. You would quickly have an extra pair of hands. If it's metal from the armed forces surplus, you need your own Geiger counter. Yeah, I suppose a Geiger counter would be handy for any scrapper to have when they're picking stuff up, so they know if something is hazardous before they pick it up.
Like shirt will know.
I wonder how much. One, I wonder how much a Geiger counter costs, and two, if it's something you can get off of Temu and Amazon, do you really want to be trusting your life on that?
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't trust my life on anything like that, but it gives you kind of a guideline. So, like, if it does shoot up to millions of yolks, you go, even if this isn't calibrated that good, I'd say this is radioactive.
Out of curiosity, I just looked it up on Amazon, and there are some that are starting at like $45.
Yeah, they're quite cheap.
Really? Interesting. All right, well.
Andy said...
There's one here that's $15. It's got 4.5 stars and 1.4 thousand reviews. So,
yeah, Andy bought one for £100. So she's waiting for the end times to come. So that's going up Ian Matthews Street there now with the flat earthers. So yeah, we're heading that way.
Richard Hulbert has put a comment there, which just wants a reply.
Which this thing here, is it this comment you're about?
Yeah, so I think I'm too old to scrap. No problem. I'm ancient. He's even older, right? And I'm normal to make scrap videos. Well, You don't have to be normal, but it helps if you're abnormal, doesn't it?
When you're making videos and you're putting yourself on YouTube, you're putting yourself out there for criticism. You're putting yourself out there for people to have a go at you. But the good thing I like about the scrap community is a lot of people aren't like that in this community. They're more encouraging. They're more supportive. They're more helpful to each other. There's other niches that's out there on YouTube, and some of the stuff they do to each other to stop the other people's channel from getting grown past them is terrible. And you're like, hey.
I'm going to add a little bit to that.
Go on.
Scrappers, in the main, do things that other people don't do.
Yeah.
You can dive in a skip with a railway station full of people watching you. Or you can, pick stuff up at the side of the street with people going, what is it? You for the dream. Speaking Scrap Kingdom. You're doing things other people look down upon. And the scrap community, we all know that. And I think we all stick together partly because of that reason. I think.
Mm-hmm. Could be that, yeah. It could be that as well. Or maybe it's just the type of people we are, that we're all in this niche. We're them sort of people. Because I just watch other people like travel channels and things, and they'll be giving out about each other, and they'll be, oh, don't be watching this person. You shouldn't be watching their content. And so we're the opposite. We always say, go check out this video by Shark, or check out this video by Ian, check out Mike's video, or check out whatever video. Yeah. Watch this video. That was really good. And I have no problem if people go and watch Ian Matthews' video or come and watch my video or whatever. It's not the sort of people we are,
And the thing is, we watch other people's videos because we might find a better way of doing what we think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because there's all different ways of scrapping, and not all of them are right and not all of them are wrong. And as I always say, whatever you do that you find is best for you is the right way. As long as you're not doing anything illegal in it, like burning copper wire or pouring your assets down the drains or stuff like that, as long as this video is not promoting that, I never have a problem with what anyone does in their video. It's
or even like letting gas fridge compressors off.
Yeah, Mike is going to say something. Are you, Mike?
I pour my assets down the drain in my outdoor sink, but it just goes into a bucket.
That's okay. That's okay. That's allowed.
Actually, somebody was asking earlier about being able to capture all the metals from e-waste.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it in the chat that there's a guy on YouTube, and I just pulled up his channel, Anthony Thomas Fine Metals and Gems. He's a jeweler by trade, but he does metal recycling for his jewelry mainly, and plated silverware and all that kind of stuff. That's what he does. He's got a video called Refine All Silver Metal with the Four Horsemen, and that's an excellent watch. He gives a lot of good information in it.
Oh, I must check that out. Can you copy? Oh, I don't think I've made you a moderator, have I? Give me a second. So you can copy and paste the link. Give me a second. Don't do anything for a minute, Mike. Just put a comment, any comment in there for the moment, Mike. Just go hi in the chat for a minute so I can moderate you.
I've seen any videos. No. Well, I've started babysitting with my wife, my granddaughter, on a Friday. Well, Friday's the day off. Friday's my scrapping day. And now it's like, can you look after her for an hour? Why I go and mop my floor and why I do this? And you're thinking, this is eating into my scrapping time. Hey, but she's a joy. You'll all get to meet her someday anyway.
Well, she'll be walking before too long, and then you can put a hammer in her hand and you're golden.
She's already got a plumber.
Mike, I've made you a moderator there, so you should be able to put that link in there now for that video you're on about.
So Ian, I have a lady that comments on my videos frequently. She looks after a 5-year-old, and the 5-year-old is a scrapper. And so, of course, the grandmom is helping the 5-year-old with the scrapping, but I can just imagine, what it must be like to see a 5-year-old swinging a hammer and, working a screwdriver on something. And, it's just got to be hilarious looking.
Okay, there's your link.
Cheers. Thanks for that, Mike. So the link is there for that. Guys, save that link and check it out after the live if you wish. Well, check it out after Solars' live first. So,
yes, I want to watch her DeWalt
pick up.
Yes,
Find in the skip all the DeWalt stuff she found in the skip. Yeah, well, that's what it looks like on the video, anyhow.
Yeah, I'm getting some stick here because there was a bit of a challenge to make a garden ornament for next Saturday. I've just been too busy. I've had to bow out. I've had to take it. No one else has made one anyway, but I've had to take the flak by saying I just haven't got the time.
Solars' premiere is only 17 minutes live. 17 minutes. It's a shorter one this week, she's saying. So on at the normal time, 9:15. Should be on in 14 minutes time. I'll put the link in before then.
But that's not enough time to send me sleep.
Grab on, Kevin, by the way. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hello,
Jill,
Jill.
Hello, everyone.
Jill, what have you been working on scrap related this week?
Nothing.
So you're not a scrapper, is that what you're telling us?
No, I got a job, and the first day of work is on Monday, so I've been getting ready for that.
And what are you doing? If you know, what job did you say, or do you want to tell us, or don't want to tell us?
Oh, I'm going to be a personal care assistant. So
okay.
All right.
I'm going to be doing that part time, getting a little extra money.
Oh yeah. Gets people out of the houses, gets people active. I always agree. Do a bit of work, no matter what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get paid to go watch movies and go shopping and get haircuts and
it's giving
take the
person
take the person to doctor's appointments and stuff. It's going to be one-on-one. So it's sort of funny because I put the application in just like on LinkedIn or something last fall, and they called me.
Okay, that's good.
I will say that my wife and I both lost our mothers last year. Her mother lived with us, and my wife acted as her caregiver. I give all the credit in the world to people who do those jobs because it is hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have one of the easier jobs because these guys don't need any personal hygiene care. It's just they either had head trauma or they have severe mental issues, really complicated mental issues.
Okay.
And so the house I'm going to just has 4 women in there. And it sounds like I'm going to get somebody that likes 80s music and 80s clothes and likes to go to tattoo shops and spend her extra money on piercings. So I was just like, all right. I couldn't do punk rock back in the 80s because I was in the Army at the time. So I get to relive my punk rock days and actually do it. And my oldest sister's like, cut your hair before you get the job. It's like, no, it'll be an excellent bonding experience if I do get that person because I've always wanted a punk rock hairdo, and now I have an excellent excuse. And so this person will not only be able to choose my hairstyle, but they can choose the color or whatever they want to do my hair because I've never cared what my hair looks like. So I'll have a lot of fun with that.
Okay, good enough.
So my best mate, who used to own a scrapyard, and he was, prepping his son to take over. His son was about 23, had a brain tumor and died. He didn't have the heart to carry on with the scrapyard. But he had to look after his son for a while, and when he wound the scrapyard up, he went into curing. I mean, a scrapyard owner going into curing, and it's like you wouldn't believe it, but he took to it, and I'll cut out some of the things, but he ended up in a home where they looked after people that were a bit more, should I say, violent. antisocial, as well as being needing care. So we went in one morning, and it set all the fire extinguishers off in the dining room. And it's only like a self-contained unit, like 6 people there, communal kitchen, communal bathroom. So we come in and they said, "Oh, yeah, that's your problem. I'm going." And he went in and they set the fire extinguishers off, all in the dining room. They're all sat there and laughing. And he cooked his dinner and started eating it. And he went, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm having my dinner." He says, "You can't eat in a place like this." He says, "Well, it's your place and you've done it." He says, "And I've eaten in far worse places than this. I used to own a scrapyard. I used to eat, and I'll not put you off with some of the things we'll put a frying pan on once." He said, "Put pan on." I got the pan, solid lard, and there were footprints all the way across the pan.
Oh, the mice were walking across it.
Yeah, we put it on gas cooker, we fired it up, we cooked our sausages for breakfast. He said, like, this is nothing, this. He said, "So if I prepare eating here, I think you should be prepared eating here. Oh, go hungry."
No more problems after that.
No, it didn't go like that. Management come in, "What's going on?" Maybe I'm having it. "Yeah, but these lot need feeding." "Let them feed here." "No, you can't eat in here. Take them all out for a meal." He says, "You know what you're saying here? It's fine. Every time you want to go out for a meal, wreck your dining room."
Yeah.
Anyway, he's still touring now, but honestly, I know what you mean. He loves it. Guy wants to go cinemas, he goes cinema. Guy wants to go watching football or rugby, he goes watching football or rugby. And he gets paid for it all. He's loving it.
Yeah, well, and the fun thing too is if this person wants to go see football games or hockey games or basketball games, I do have access to free tickets if I have an excuse.
And I want to say hi to a few people that just came in. So Simon, hi to you. And this is a new name on me as well. Yeah, that's a new
Scrap, an alcoholic, Scrapaholic.
So welcome in, Scrapaholic. Scrapping on the Fly has dropped in as well. So thanks for coming in, Scrapping on the Fly. Guys that are in the chat, if you haven't hit the like yet, please do. It does help the algorithm maybe share us out to more people out there who have the same interests as us. So if you don't mind, if you could just hit that like down there or share it out on your community tabs if you have them, it will help get us out there a bit more. So we've got before Solid goes live, we have 7 minutes. So in the next 7 minutes, I'm going to go around and ask everyone what their plan for the week is. So Shark Scrapper, what have you planned for your week?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I've hit the thumbs up 10 times now, and it's just not changing. So I think something's broken somewhere. So it just keeps clicking. Anyway, so I'm going to start breaking down some of those servers and PCs that I got cleaned up. I've got a pallet of laptops I got to get ready to get shipped off. And I've got a bunch more of the mud-encrusted servers and PCs to pick up because we only got partway through the pallet that had been underwater. So I've got another pickup that I have to do over at that scrapyard.
Okay. So yeah, if anyone didn't see the video that Shark put up, a little short as well of the servers and everything covered in the mud from that storm, that hurricane, not a storm, that came through his area. Have a look at that and you'll see what his videos are going to be about this week, taking them dirty servers apart. By the way, JCT, thanks for being in. I did say hi to you earlier, but I don't know, did you hear me saying that or not? Okay, Ian Matthews.
And that video will be on Monday. So
Monday, okay. That's cool. So check out Shark Scrapper. If you're not already following Shark Scrapper, check him out. Shark goes live on Sundays. He's on the hour before me. He usually does on Irish time. It's usually 7 p.m. and that would be 2 p.m. Eastern time. Correct, Shark? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ian Matthews, what's your plan for the week?
Well, a quick one before that. Someone called Simon Kilt Master.
Yeah.
Joined. I don't need to show him. So hi.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So me, I'm trying to get a little video in so I can at least show off this calendar. Wait, no. With me in it. And so it'll just be a little something I can throw together. Maybe try and make some space in here or something. Something pretty boring, you know. I'll try and get that done. That's it, you know. And then it's countdown to Christmas. Xmas party next Friday. Yay!
Is it free drink at your Xmas party, or do you have to?
Of course, and food. We're in an Italian
Can't
restaurant.
Who's driving?
I'll be on the bus.
On the bus, mate.
Okay.
And the bus.
Good on you. That's the way to do it.
I'll be on the bus.
That's your plan for the week. Okay. So check out Ian Matthews' channel if you want to see general scrap related material. Debauchery. If you want to see him getting trapped by his scrap in his when he goes to move stuff around, or if you want to see a video where a guy has to find something in a shed and it means he has to take all the contents of a shed from the inside of a shed to the outside of a shed to find the item just to move everything back in again. If that's what you're into, Ian Matthews is your man.
And if you're into someone who can't work in his shed and he has to build another shed,
3D puzzling with Ian.
And get over to Scrapping Irish. You've got a shed, and if you can't even move in your shed, you have to move to another country. Well,
no,
part of the country.
Out of the country. Shark scrap.
That's shark scrap.
Anyhow, E-Ways Jill, what's your plan for the week? Well, we know that
I have 15 minutes of fame this week on Wednesday, and it's going to be rebroadcast numerous times. TPT, the public radio television show from Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, is doing a special on shows at 9th floor auditorium for Dayton's, an old department store. And my sister and I had saved some of the animation stuff there, and a bunch of other people did too. A lot of memories for Minnesota people. And Candy and Jasper are currently up in Duluth, Minnesota, at a place called Bentleyville. It's a light show. And so if you look up TPT or Minneapolis St. Paul Public Radio, I'll post a link in Solar's thing if she'll let me. It's the first broadcast is Wednesday, and then there'll be a bunch of rebroadcasts up until Christmas. Okay. And I forget what they're calling the show. So sorry about that.
So, anyone can you watch it online, or is it only?
Yeah, you can watch it online.
Okay. So
I got the app for the public television.
No, but I mean, can people watch it online anywhere in the world, or is it just going to be?
You should be able to. You should be able to, or at least in America.
Oh yeah, well in America, yeah, but online it might be difficult for us over this side of the pond. But we'll see. I
got an app for my phone, so.
Okay.
But I'll post a link and see that
Yeah, and so that's Wednesday, you were saying.
Yeah, the first showing is Wednesday, and then it rebroadcast numerous times.
Okay. Anything else before I move on to Mike?
Go ahead.
Mike, what's your plan for the week?
Well, last week was busy, but for my day job, I had meetings, so I was wound up being in DC, which is a 100-mile drive for me, 3 days of the week.
Okay.
This week, I've got a minor but necessary medical procedure happening on Tuesday. But beyond that, I have got to get busy doing more scrapping this week because I've got one video left that's in my that's left pending to go live next Sunday, and then I'm out of videos. So I've got to get to work and make some more content.
Okay, so that's what you're doing. So my plan, I don't think I'll have a video out this week because again, I'm only putting the videos out when I have them completed. I'm not trying to rush videos out every week. By the way, Roadhog, thanks for being in. Roadhog came in there. So I don't think I'll have a video out during the week. I might do a short video or something maybe. I'll be live again next Sunday. I'll be on TikTok on Sunday as well. If anyone's got TikTok, look me up there. If you want to join the live there on Sundays, don't really have a set time on a Sunday. It's just whenever I pop up, I pop up. So I'm putting the link in for Everyday Solars there, guys. So if you all want to head over to Everyday Solars is live. If you haven't hit the like, please do on the way out. And as Ralph Morrick would say, scrap you all later, and I will see you guys all later. Thanks for being in, and stay safe. And if we don't see you before the Christmas, if you're not around next week, enjoy your Christmas, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for being in.